Well, hello everybody. Today is Record Store Day 2020. Even though we've been faced with the COVID-19 virus this particular year, we still managed to get some semblance of a Record Store Day. And we're supposed to have more than one this time. They're going to split it over two or three Record Store Days, different months. So that's interesting. There's going to be a Paul McCartney 12-inch 50th anniversary of his first solo album, McCartney, that's going to be half speed mastered. And that was not offered this Record Store Day. I think that's going to be the next one in September. But for now, there's only one item that I was interested in getting, and that was a John Lennon item. It's a reissue of his 1970 single, Instant Karma. And as you can see here, for those who know, it takes the form of the original UK sleeve, and they kind of went with the original UK design for this. And you see Yoko Ono has the B-side, Who Has Seen the Wind? Okay. Now, I have to tell you, just straight away, I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to honor and respect the original vision, the way the single really came out. But I mean, wow, that's really a striking cover. Can you get past this dazzling presentation? Ooh. I have to say, it's one thing to honor an original, and it's another thing not to be creative. I mean, I would have liked a little more creativity. I know I get the idea to try and emulate the original, the way it first came out in England. I get it. But I mean, it always strikes me how the bootleggers always seem to offer a more bang for your buck, more creativity when it comes to some of this stuff. But anyway, I just got that out of the way because, as people are very fond of telling me here and there in the comment section, you don't play the cover, you don't play the sleeve, you play the record. It's about the music, right? Of course, after all is said and done, it's the music. And I have good things to say about this particular version of the single. But before I do, let me just show you how it comes here. It comes in another sleeve. And I'm very happy to say that this is a sleeve that's lined with plastic to protect the single. And keeping true to form of how it came out originally, the Instant Karma side says play loud on here, which is an interesting novelty, and it should be played loud. It sounds great that way. And Yoko's had said play quiet, and I know there's a few people out there that would say, "Oh yeah, play it so quiet that we can't hear it." Right? Well, I'm not one of those people, but I left it open for that, I guess. All right. So I gave this a spin already. I played it one time only here on my system, and I played it pretty loud. And I have to tell you, I really, really enjoyed it. Now, this is the first sampling, you might say, the first little morsel, the tidbit we're getting off the release that's going to be coming out on October 9th, what would have been John's 80th birthday. I did another video about it before this video, if you want to check it out, talking a little bit about the album Give Me Some Truth that's going to be coming out on October 9th. And Give Me Some Truth, where have I heard that before? That sounds familiar. Here's where I heard it before, right there. They've already used the title, Give Me Some Truth. But, been here, done that. Okay, enough of that. But yeah, Give Me Some Truth is going to be another compilation. But the real draw that's going to be interesting about this for diehard fans is that they're going to remix everything and give John Lennon's vocals more prominence. Now, John, for everybody who remembers, very oddly, I would say, didn't like the sound of his own voice, and he always tried to disguise it or drown it or add reverb, echo, anything he could do, because he did not like the sound of his own voice. And a few times, Yoko Ono has kind of brought John's vocals to the fore, and that's the case here on this Instant Karma single. Now, I know this has been making the rounds on social media, this particular version of Instant Karma, and basically I like it. But what do I think? I like hearing John's voice louder in the front more, and also Alan White, who plays the drums on here, excellent drumming on this single, and they're really a big part of the character of the whole song. The drums are a major part. Those are brought up loud too, so you could hear the drums and John's vocals very loud, and that really makes it. But at the same time, I dare say, I think there's a little hint that we're missing a little of the grittiness because John's vocals on this song, especially on the USA version, Phil Spector did the production on this, and in the US version, even more so, he kind of like slightly adjusted it a little more, where you hear John's voice sounding very gritty, very raw, more like a throaty sound, almost a little overmodulation sound, if you will. And that was the character of the single. That was the distinction in the song. And a lot of that is kind of missing. I mean, you have a great upfront vocal from John now, which is appreciated. But by the same token, for us diehards that have heard this hundreds of times over the past 50 years or whatever, you know, we can sense that something's missing. And that's what you sometimes get as a trade when you do these. Like while you have Alan White's wonderful drumming here, um, good and loud and up front, as I said, I thought while listening to this one time that I was missing stuff again, which sometimes happens. I mean, you have Billy Preston, you have organ on here, you have piano on here, you even have Mal Evans, I believe, Beatles roadie, doing chimes, playing chimes on here or something. And there was just some clinging, clanging, kind of like chimey stuff that I thought I was so used to hearing, but that was gone astray or missing. It was not as clear. I was listening for those kind of like, I'll call them bell sounds, chiming sounds. I didn't hear them on here as much. So it's a trade off. At least that's my first impression after hearing this only one time. Well, anyway, I think this is really exciting either way because I'm really anxious to hear now. I wasn't so much interested then, but now I'm really interested to hear the brand new compilation. Give me some truth, the second one, and wondering what they're going to do. Are we going to get a clearer version of Angel Baby with John's voice is really up front, for example? It's going to be really interesting to hear that. But in the meantime, please run out and get this. If you're a Lennon fan, it shouldn't disappoint. And that's all I got to say right now. We all shine on. Miss you, John. Take care.